Hey, what's going on, party people? Thanks for tuning in to another video. If this is your first time watching, my name is Walter Jeanette, founder and creative director of Create, Inspire, and Solve. And on this channel, you can expect to find inspiration and solutions that are going to help you build your brand, grow your business, and help you create a community around the things that you're most passionate about. So again, if this is your first time watching, I just want to say thank you. Feel free to hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, click that bell notification so you can be informed every single time I post new content to the channel. But let's get right into today's topic. All right, so those of you that have been following me for a while, but specifically more kind of like on Instagram and Facebook, even some on LinkedIn, you know I love talking about all things branding. And one of the things that I've tried to do is try to bring all of my passions together. So content creation, branding, live streaming, video production, podcasting, all of those different things. How do I bring those things together under one umbrella? And one of the things I get asked about all the time is the way I create my graphics, you know, especially if I go live, anything that I'm doing for church, or just some things I do, you know, with a lot of my content. And so if you don't know, if you're coming to my channel for the first time, I'm an Adobe creator. I've been around since Adobe CS2. So I primarily use anything in the Creative Cloud suite. So that's Adobe Premiere, After Effects, Photoshop, Illustrator, and Audition extensively. That's pretty much it. But I understand we're living in a world now where things have to get done quicker and things have to get done cheaper. And so one of the best tools out there that can help not only take your brand to the next level, but help take your video production and specifically live streaming to the next level is Canva. I know you've heard of it, so I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about Canva, what it does, what it is. You know all about Canva. All right now we're inside of Canva. So again, this is assuming you know what Canva is. You've been in Canva before. You understand Canva. You understand what's happening with Canva. All right. If you want to know anything else about Canva, we can definitely talk about that offline and make another video. But I don't want to take up too much time. I want to go ahead, jump right in this, and let's get started. So I'm going to go to create a design here, create a design, go to presentation, and by default, it's going to start out with 16:9 aspect ratio. Basic default is 1920 by 1080, which is 1080p, full HD. If you want to do 4K, if you want to do 720, that really just depends on you. I always start with 1080. And immediately I'm going to go to the background, and I'm going to, use something abstract that I recently used, because again, I kind of want to change the colors to match more of my brand, kind of that teal and what we have going on. So I'm gonna go down here, and I like polar is the one that I like. So I like that. So we're gonna apply that. All right, so already we have a nice little background. All right, we're gonna add some elements. We're gonna add, let's go to lines and shapes. We're gonna get the rounded rectangle here. Gonna add that. We're gonna make that white so we can get the contrast. You'll understand what that is later. And I'm gonna go about 1600. And one thing about Photoshop and Illustrator, I can just type in the numbers. I'm gonna do 16:9, so we'll go 1600 by 900. Okay, well, I like you've used a computer before. All right, 1600 by 900. All right, that's perfect right there. I'll center that. All right, that's perfect. Okay, so we're getting better. We're getting somewhere. Instead of having a plain video, we got a nice little background. This is gonna be, what we'll cut out, eventually. All right, so now let's take it a step further. Let's brand it. All right, let's add the logo in there. I'm gonna add this down here in the corner. Like I said, just a subtle touch. But hey, this is Create, Inspire, and Solve. It's nobody else. This is Walt, so that's always gonna be there. Bam. All right, we're making great progress. Let's take it. So let's keep it consistent. Let's go back with this rounded triangle. Let's work on the lower third. And like I said, if you're used to using Photoshop, Illustrator, something like that, then Canva is pretty much the same. This is gonna come natural to you. All right, I want to do something like that. It's not gonna give me the ability to do a shadow, but I'm gonna tell you what I could do if I wanted to make my own shadow. You can put shadow on text, and I think images. I don't think you can put shadows on shape. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change the color, and I'm gonna create my own shadow. And the way I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna change the opacity to about 5. I'm gonna duplicate this, and I'm gonna change the color on this to match what I was gonna do anyway. And I'm gonna change the opacity back to full. So there's a slight shadow there. Maybe I should increase the opacity just a little bit to give more of that effect. Let's actually make it black so it's a little darker. That's not too shabby right there. I wish I could blur it out and really make it like a drop shadow, but let's drop that back down to 10. All right, so we've added that. I'm gonna add the text. I'm gonna add my name in here. I'm actually gonna do it all lower. I'm gonna do it in a lowercase. I love that look. I'm gonna change the letter spacing to -50 to bring everything closer together, because I like that look as well. Grammarly won't let me be great. I'm gonna change this to white so it can be seen. Make that a little bit bigger so they know exactly who I am. I can say, hey, that's Walter Jeanette. I'm moving it to the right for a specific reason. You'll see that in a second. And again, you all forgive me if it seems like I'm doing this pretty quick. Little design choices you see me doing, like this is bold, you know, this is primary, this is thin, this is secondary. Little things like the letter spacing go a long way in graphics, especially when you're doing things for like corporate and professional like that. So I think that's fine. I think that'll work right there. And the reason I pushed everything I justified to the right somewhat is because I'm gonna add the logo again. Make it a little smaller. And just to, you know, so everybody knows whose brand it is, okay? All right, so this is pretty much the look I'm going for. And this is what I would do. I always start, if I was in Photoshop or Illustrator, I work with artboards. So this is how I would actually do this. I'd say, hey, this is the look I want to do. And I say, okay. Basically, we duplicate it or add in Canva, it's called pages. In Photoshop and Illustrator, it's called artboards. And that allows me to see every single design concept that I want. So what I'm going to do here, first of all, I'm going to group if it will let me. Like it wants me to resize everything. There we go. And you can either right click and go to group or Command G. Again, I'm working in Ecamm, so this is specific to Mac. Ecamm is only available for Mac. All right, so what I'm gonna do, we're gonna go down to about 800. I'll start with that anyway. Go down to about 800. And you all start to see how this is coming together. I'm gonna duplicate it. I'm gonna select both at the same time so I can resize at the same time. All right, that's perfectly aligned. And now you're starting to see how all of this is coming together. All right. And I might actually want to change this to teal just to provide some contrast over here on this side. Or I might move it over here to this side, you know, just because it has that contrast over here. But you kind of get the drift. And then I'm gonna duplicate this and pull over here. All right, and I'm gonna ungroup these because actually what I would do is delete my information and let that be for the person that's gonna be over there. And I'm gonna ungroup this as well because I do wanna change this color. It's bothering me a little bit. You know, so we kind of have some contrast, so you can start to say, okay, things coming together. I can put their logo over there and their name, whoever the person I'm interviewing or talking to or hosting with. We can put the ticker down here, or if you want comments to pop up on the screen, they can still go right there. To take it a step further, provide some context, we can add a heading to go up here at the top so we know exactly what we're talking about. How to create overlays for Ecamm using Canva. All right, that's literally what we're talking about. There you go. Beautiful. So we go from plain, overlay to something like this. Okay, but it doesn't stop here. Again, we have to make these transparent. Can I now, with everything I have going on, can I do that specifically in Canva? Not like this. What I have to do first is download them. So I want to change this to PNG, high quality image. All right, and I'm going to download both pages, and we're going to hit download. All right, and I can X out of that. It's going to open up a zip file. Show you that. So let's open this up. I'll excuse all that music you see there. All right, so what we want to do now, I'm going to close that down. I'm going to open this up in the preview application. All right, what you want to do is hit Shift Command A. That's going to bring up your markup toolbar, and you want to look for the second icon that says Instant Alpha. When I click on this section, it says, hey, this is the alpha section, and that either needs to be black or white, maybe gray depending on the design, but I have gray here, so that wouldn't really work as a shadow. Click on that, hit delete, it's gone. You see how that is? Do the same thing over here. Shift Command A, Instant Alpha, that section, delete it. Sorry about that. That section, delete it. All right, so right now we're back in live demo mode over on Ecamm, and I'm gonna set up a new scene. All right, so let's say Walt, I'm gonna just say Walt 1, call it what you want. And depending on how you have your Ecamm set up, you will see it may go blank like this. All you want to do is hit Command L to bring your camera back up. So you see, I have, those of you who have never seen Ecamm before, we talked about this earlier, you have scenes here, I have overlays here. What I'm going to do is hit the new image overlay button. All right, take me back to downloads. This is not going to let me be great. Okay, so it did work. And so there you have it. We went from plain to this. And that's me. So if I'm live streaming now, you know who I am. You know what my brand is. I've brought some life and some vitality to my live stream. It looks totally different. All right, so what I'm gonna do is add the overlay again here. All right, so it's blank together. I'm gonna go down here to this button in overlays. I'm gonna add new camera overlay. Cam link is me. So I wanna make sure that's 16 by 9. I'm gonna pull this over here and I'm gonna size it. And then I'm gonna go underneath. All right, so now that's showing me fine. I'm gonna add another overlay, which is gonna be for my guest. So I can get that, do the same thing, pull underneath. Well, actually, I'll resize it first to make sure it's gonna fit. And then I'll pull underneath, and there you go. So again, we started off with this. We started off plain. We went to this, hey, by myself. And now I have a guest. So now we're able to run a full production, you know, back and forth, and keep it moving like that. And the same rule will apply, you know, if you wanted to do screen sharing. Like if I wanted to make this smaller and it just be me, and then I add a bigger window over here to share the actual desktop, you can do that as well. So hopefully, you know, I know the video is a little longer than I would like it to be, but I'm hoping that I provided enough context where that makes sense. All right, so I know that was a little longer than typical, but I wanted to make sure that you really got a grasp on what I was trying to do, that you found at least some value out of that content. Again, shooting videos like this where it's plain, that there's no problem with that. There's a place for that. This is a talking head video for YouTube. That's fine. But when you're going live, this still works, you know, but sometimes you do want to take it up a notch. You do want to take it to another level. If you're doing any professional work or semi-professional work for a ministry or a corporation or a small business owner who's hosting a concert, live stream, or different type of events, these are the types of things that are going to help you stand out from everybody else and then help take your brand to the next level, put some more money in your pocket, help increase your exposure. But again, if this was your first time watching, I say thank you. If you've watched before, if you haven't done so already, feel free to hit that subscribe button. While you're at it, click that bell notification so you can be informed every single time I post new content to the channel. But until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video.